I love tea. Yeah. Hello everyone, my name is Baloo and this is my sketchbook. Today I'm gonna do one of my favorite challenges and one of my favorite exercises that have done probably a couple dozen of times already, and I really enjoyed it. I think it's one of the best exercises if you want to learn quickly and learn how to, well, not how to draw, but analyze how to draw this or that subject. Doesn't matter. It works on everything. Either you draw gesture, pose, human face, a creature. It doesn't really matter. When you study something and you use that method, this method I'm about to show you right now, this exercise I'm about to show you right now, it works perfectly. And it is a bit nerve-wracking because, okay, let me explain the mechanic of this. I don't know what it's called, but I do know how it works, so that's the only thing that matters. So basically, what you do is you take one subject, doesn't matter what it is, let's say a gesture, let's say pose, okay? Let's say pose because that's what I'm going to do today. Let's say you take pose, any pose, it doesn't really matter which one. You draw that pose for 8 minutes without any like pauses or something, any breaks. You draw that for 8 minutes, then you take a break for at least like minute and a half or 2 minutes to like rest your mind and rest your hand. Then you draw same thing, same subject, same pose, exactly same pose for 4 minutes, like from the start to the end. After that 4 minutes, you rest again for 1.5 or 2 minutes. Let's say 2 minutes. After that, you draw the same pose in 2 minutes, 2 seconds, 2 minutes, then rest, then 1 minute, then rest, then 30 seconds, then rest, then 15 seconds, then rest, and finally 10 seconds, and then rest. As soon as you go in the seconds, like 15, 10 seconds, it's gonna be really hard. My personal opinion is that those 8 and 4 minutes are what you need to get yourself ready for 30 seconds, 10, 15 seconds, and 10-second quick sketches. Like, if you done 30-second gestures, you know what I'm talking about. It's really hard to get details, and you should not be concerned about details when you're doing 30-second pose or like face or portrait. Or, it doesn't really matter. So without further ado, if you like this video, if you will like this video, I hope you will like this video with the button that is down below. Don't forget the basics of YouTube, the 3 basics of YouTube: comment, subscribe, and like. I appreciate that. It helps the channel, helps it to grow. And let's begin our challenge. Woo! Okay, so we are in the Photoshop. Of course, I'm going to do it digitally. We have. Oops. I forgot my glove. My magical glove. Okay, let's create a new project. Let's make it bigger because there's a lot of things we're gonna put down. I do have my layer. Okay, image. Okay. Oops, wrong. I'm not gonna sit here for like 8 minutes and show you the whole process. I'm gonna speed it up, and you can see the timer down there, which will be twice the speed. I'm gonna put the I'm gonna put the nice chill song for you to listen, and I will see you in exactly 8 minutes. Let's go. Well, I'm not sure about music or song, but something you will for sure listen to is my beautiful voice, because let's all agree that my voice is something that is can be considered as a main ingredient for every video. But let's talk about those 8 minutes and what I did in those 8 minutes. First of all, I tried to understand the whole feeling and power and energy and emotion that is, simply say, the gesture of this pose. Understand what it was talking about, what the pose wanted to say, and by setting the gesture right way, even though it was not in the right way, and I I only found out that after I finished it, I was too concerned about time, which was the main problem in three of my attempts. I was too concerned about time. I was too concerned about how I would manage, or if I would be able to finish this pose in right about time, and that is something you should not be considering when, especially you are doing this for the first time. Always think as those 8 and 4 minutes are enough for you to understand the pose, understand the whole gesture, and understand what's the pose is talking with you, and place everything right way. And then after that, I mean, you have 8 minutes. After like 6 minutes, you have enough time to put down the details, which are not even essential for your pose, for your figure, for your study. Details will never work unless you have right fundamentals, right right structure already set down as a base for those details. You cannot go to the house and think about interior decor without the the rooms being already in good shape, right? Before anything else, you try using those 8 minutes as a source to understand the pose in all, from head to toe, from right hand to left hand, from leg to right leg, and try to push your gesture as much as possible. I will be talking about the pushing of your gesture a bit later in the video, but keep in mind that pushing your gesture as much as possible, exaggerating it until the point of breaking the bones for your body, well, the body you're drawing, is really essential for those 8 minute studies. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoop! Shit, I spit. Oh, fuck, no! Ah! Whew! You do see me moving my mouth and talking, but I removed that audio because, again, sitting there for 4 minutes and talking was not something I wanted to do. So I removed the voice, and that's why you see me like through my tablet and for some time for this clip. On the 4 minute pause, I tried to change everything and improve everything that I did wrong in the 8 minute pause. Tried to change the gesture, which was corrected by putting down the right curve, which I did not do on the first try. I even tried to exaggerate the curve a bit more than it already was in the reference below. After exaggerating and putting down the curve, I tried to put down the three main masses of the body, that is head, rib cage, and pelvis. And after that, when I had my angle right and ready for the pose, which was determined by the head and the pelvis, by the rib cage, I jumped into putting out hands, which aided on the feeling for the pose, the emotion and movement of the pose. That was like this really weird way of walking, but only after putting all those main essential parts, I decided to, okay, it's time to put down the details, which would help to tighten up more the pose and the whole gesture itself. Also, for the details, I tried to combine every shadow part of the pens in one singular shadow shape, so I would not lose time on the separate folds for the pen itself. 2 minutes and 1 minute attempts were something of similar to a roller coaster, but I'll be honest, the 2 minute pose was uh, not too hard, but still not quite enough what I wanted to get. And it was that final sprinkle for the preparation for the 1 minute pose, which I really adored it. I think that's probably one of the, not one of the, but the best attempts I had for this challenge. I will talk more about the 1 minute in that short amount of time that I have, but I want to say that 1 minute pose, he was like this golden spot in in this solar system of attempts where I rose to the greatness and shine as bright as I could possibly be shining. 1 minute. 1 minute, as I said, was the best attempt I ever had. In I mostly don't remember if I did every 1 minute attempts as good as I did this one, but I'll be sincere and fully honest. If I could do one every other attempt as well as I did this 1 minute attempt, I'd be the happiest being in my in in all entire existence of the world. Ah, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Good lord. What is this? Is it even possible to. I have hard time imagining what I can. Okay, okay. Can you imagine what can be done in 15 seconds? Yeah, 30 sec. 15 seconds now. 15 seconds is what we have to do. One, two, three. Oops. I did not click. I misclick. One. Oh, that's one. One, two, three. What was that? Where did those 15 seconds go? God damn it. Uh, well, the last one technically is like 8 seconds, like 7.5, but I'll give myself those necessary 2 seconds, extra 2 seconds, and I'm gonna do the last one, as I said, in 10 seconds. Like after 15, that's possible. I don't know, guys. Anyway, 10 seconds. The last round. On three, two, one, go. I'm fucking artist. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm I'm done. I'm done. Well, what can I say? What can I say except saying that this is again one of my favorite challenges and one of my favorite exercises. Even though the 30, okay, maybe not 30, 15 and 10 seconds are like nothing like what the rest of the attempts were, but it was not the case. Yeah, I was not going for the likeness or it should be detailed, and when you look at it, oh no, I know what it is. It's about like capturing the energy, I want to say, but I don't think that 10 seconds, if I redid the 10-second one, I would redo it more. You do the same things again and again, the better you do it. But I don't know, see, for me 1 minute is like the best one I did. I like the energy, I like the flow, I like this phew, the curve, the water flow that the whole pose has, it's like a bit exaggerated, and you have the feeling that it's coming your way, like those really good, like the moment from Aladdin when oh my god, genie is like coming with the dance uh, your way, and then on the stairs, and you never had fun like me. Woo, woo. Yeah, that's it. It gives me this kind of feeling. The 8, 4, and 2 minute poses, I like, especially 8 minute poses. It's a bit stiff for me. It does not have the energy. It has this. Okay, I'm standing. I'm a statue. It's not too emotional or energetic for me. The 4 minute one already starts its walk cycle towards me, and it has what I was not fully, but it has what I'm searching. And same goes for 2 minutes. I personally think that 8, 4, and 2 minutes are basically for capturing the whole idea of the pose, the whole feeling. So the rest hard attempts, because 1 minute is not too much of a time, like it was gone like in a split of a second. 30, 15, and 10 seconds, I mean, come on, like 30 seconds. 30 seconds feels like good amount of time, especially if you have done a lot of 30-second gesture poses, but that's only after you've done like couple attempts, and then you have the feeling that okay, 30 seconds, I have bunch of time to do something. And after 30 seconds, when you try to do 1 minute, it's like you have enough. There's a feeling that you have too much of the time. I think that the 8, 4, and 2 minutes are too enough for one to get the feeling and understand what you want to do. 1 minute is like those that sweet golden circle, sweet golden spot where you can express everything you've found out in previous attempts. And 13, 15, and 10 seconds are just like to loose you up, to just make you forget the details and just go with the overall silhouette. I do be feeling that 13, 15, and 10 seconds. I feel like when I was doing this, I was too concerned about the time, that I have to get everything 30 seconds and 15 seconds, and that what made me to forget what I wanted to do with the pose, and not fully dive into the expression of the pose. Don't do what I did right now on 13, 15, and 10 seconds. Don't be about time to, oh, I need to get everything done in those 30 seconds. No, as soon as the timer stops, stop thinking about time. If you have timer that has a sound, like most of timers have sound, like beep 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 beep, uh, use that timer, so it doesn't matter if it's 8 minutes or 30 seconds. You turn that timer on, you do the pose, and then rest. And while resting, analyze what you did. Analyze the pose you just digested. Analyze what have you done in those 8 seconds, 8 seconds, 8 minutes, in 4 minutes, 2 minutes. Use that long amount of time, because if you combine those three attempts, it's 14-minute study, and 14-minute study should be enough to understand what the pose is all about. It may not be enough to understand every detail and like every muscle and how they go, but it's enough for the gesture drawing. It's enough for 1 minute pose after those 14 minutes. It's enough for you to just dive in and express as much, exaggerate as much as possible. You want to, let's say this pose again, if it's standing like with this curve, push that curve as much as possible. Try to go at the point that it will probably break. You know those branches you find outside, and as you when you were a kid, probably I used to do that. And you're imagine you're holding that branch, and you're pushing it, and you feel the exact moment when it's gonna break. And use that metaphor for the poses as well. Try to push them enough. The gestures are all about finding emotion, finding energy, and pushing it. That's why the most of Disney and cartoony stuff are appealing for us, because they're exaggerating and they express the emotion. They don't just show that, oh, guy is standing. They show what that guy or girl who is standing feels. So yeah, that's what mostly this exercise is probably all about. So with that said, it's hot here. Whew. Well, with that said, I thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, don't forget again, like, comment, subscribe. Three basics of YouTube. And I hope you enjoy those painful but funny attempts of me doing the gestures. I suggest you do this, as I said a couple of times. I suggest you do this exercise as many times you want, maybe when you want to warm up, because in total this took me what, 15, 17 seconds? Oh, minutes. Imagine 17 seconds. 17 minutes, like 20 minutes to warm up is enough, and then you can continue doing whatever you want, studying the anatomy or studying, maybe do drawing something yours, something of yours. It doesn't really matter. Try this to warm up. You will do both warming up and studying, so that's like killing two birds with one stone. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, again, thank you, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.